Hey everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
Join us for a tour of our 2-queen strip view room at the MGM Grand.
Let's go!
So this is our MGM Grand 2-queen strip view room. And we're gonna start right here with the bathroom since that's the first thing you see when you walk in the room. It's actually pretty big. You could do a backflip in here if you really wanted to. There is only one sink below the mirror, so that's kind of strange because it seems like there's enough room that you could probably have 2 sinks, but not a big deal. And we of course have a little vanity mirror here for your makeup needs, as well as some tissues. And there's actually 2 plugs right here, which is kind of a lot for a bathroom anymore, I feel like. So you should be able to plug in your hairdryer or your straightener or whatever you need. And we also do actually have hand soap as well as hand lotion here. So that's great. In Vegas, you always want to wash your hands constantly, especially if you're touching, rails of any kind or slot machines. And they do give you 2 cups as well for brushing your teeth. And under the sink is where they have all the towels stored. It's really the only place to put them. So we got towels, hand towels, and some extra Kleenex and toilet paper if you need them. And then here is the hair dryer. It's small, it's a Conair. It's probably gonna be fine. I mean, it doesn't look that impressive, but it'll do its purpose. And there's this pretty cool art piece in the bathroom. It's very like disco ball situation. We both like it. And that's right next to the little toilet nook. So it's not a full like closed off bathroom space, but it does have a little separation from the sink. And it's just your normal toilet. And there is a little trash can in the bathroom, so that's where you're gonna put all of your toiletry type stuff you might need to throw away. And that leads us into the shower. Pretty large shower, I would say. Glass doors. And it's pretty good height, like the ceiling heights are pretty normal for Vegas, I feel like. But the shower head looks pretty good. It actually has a few different settings and the mobility of it's pretty good. But you also have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and I can smell it a little bit from here. Yeah, it smells good.
It does, it smells good.
So,
the whole thing's tiled too.
Yes, this is like everything is made of really quality material, it seems like.
It's really nice.
And yep, just your normal faucet to change the temperature and turn it on. So here's our closet. We actually have a light above it. But inside the closet, we have a shelf up on top. And then our iron, which the ironing board's right below it. It's full size. And then obviously hangers, that's important in the closet. And some laundry bags if you want to send some things away to get laundered here. And here is a full-length mirror. This, I think, is the only one in the whole room. So it's kind of small, but you should be able to check your outfit anyway. And in the closet, we also have a little safe. It's kind of small. I don't know that you could fit a lot of laptops in there sideways, but yeah, there's some information with instructions on how to use the safe in there as well. And we just have a luggage rack. It looks like pretty deep enough you could actually probably keep your carry-on size luggage on top of it in the closet if you wanted to, or you could bring it out into the room somewhere.
Yeah, I think it would definitely fit.
And this is a 2-queen room, but before we get to the beds, I want to point out this really cool artwork right here. So follow the call of the disco ball. I mean, it's just a fun, Vegas is very party atmosphere, and it goes with the kind of disco ball thing in the bathroom as well. I really like it. And I think my friend who's joining us will also really like it. So
it's really cool. I like the galaxy aesthetic. It's sweet.
So we do have 2 queen beds. They're pretty standard queen size beds. They do have lighting underneath, which is interesting.
Bed test.
With my hand, it felt pretty soft, so okay. I kind of have my expectations. I'm actually going to take my shoes off and do like a true
lay down
bed test. Oh, okay. Oh, this bed's pretty nice.
Those pillows look comfy.
It feels really nice. It feels very cushiony. I think this is going to be great. This is not my bed, so I don't want to like get too comfortable. We're going to sleep over there, but this, I would give this 8.75. But it could be a 9. I haven't slept in it yet. So in between the 2 beds, there is a nightstand, and it has this cool lamp feature right here. which turns on like that.
It looks like a lightsaber.
It does kind of. So in the center, you do have a USB-C and a USB plug, as well as a normal 3-prong outlet plug. So it should be a decent amount of plugs. And we found out that the switch at the bottom actually is the one that turns off the lights under the bed. So we also have our hotel phone. It's pretty standard. You can call any other rooms, or there's buttons for all the different things that you can call, including room service and things like that. And they actually have one of these alarm clocks that has a charger. Let's see if it works. It does?
It does.
So that's definitely enough plugs in between the outlets and that.
And there's some USB plugs right here.
Awesome.
USB-C and USB.
Well, there we go. Plenty of plugs. We also have some complimentary earplugs, which I did not expect. And they are wrapped up like in plastic in there. So they're sanitary, which is nice. And then a little notepad and a pen. The pen is branded MGM Grand. That's a nice little souvenir to take with you. And down below we do have a drawer as well. It's just a pretty decent sized drawer. And it's hard to close, but it is a soft close. And there is some space underneath that as well for some more storage.
All right, it's time for my bed test. Rachel set a really, really high bar. So let's see what we're dealing with. I also took my shoes off. This one is going to be our bed for the trip, so I'm not ruining the friend's bed. Oh, wow, that is really, really nice. This is great. I'm shocked. It's like definitely one of the best beds I've ever laid in Vegas.
I
So
agree.
I'm shocked by this. You might want to do the rest of the
You're about to say
tour
he's
without
gonna
me.
be here a while, folks.
Yeah, you could do the rest without me. It is like an 8 though, honestly. It's very, very comfortable. And so we got to test the thermostat. Let's see what it does here. This is actually a very, very nice unit, it looks like. But I have a sneaking suspicion, we haven't touched it at all, that I don't think it's going to get much lower. So yeah, I figured it was all the way down when we came in. And this one is a 65er, fairly common for Vegas, unfortunately. You could do auto or do the fan speed. It looks like auto's probably a little better for the situation that we're in right now. But you got your Fahrenheit and Celsius. Other than that, obviously, very simple. I do feel cold air coming out of here. It's like really cold. So it is, and it's also angled this way towards the beds. So it might end up being all right. The problem with this room, in terms of the temperature, is it is going to be facing the sun most of the time. So these windows, the seating area is all going to be fairly hot. So. And here's the television. It's an okay-ish size. It is laid out in the center in between the two beds, which is nice. But just looking at it, I think it's going to pivot real easily, and it does. So if you're only using half the room, you know, it's actually a pretty sweet setup. And here's the controller, super basic. Almost all Vegas rooms look like this, and I feel like hotel rooms in general pretty much look like this. So pop it on for you guys just to have it on. But looking at the back, because of the way it pivots, the HDMI ports are very, very easily accessible. They're just right there. So super easy. I can fit the whole camera back there, so that should give you an idea. There is a lot of space between the television and the wall. So you'll be able to hook your stuff up very, very easily. I love that. That's a 10 out of 10 from me. So if you get your butt kicked down in the casino, you'll be able to come up here and watch stuff on your laptop or your Fire Stick or whatever you'd like to do. So. All right, and right here, as with most Vegas rooms, there's usually a little bit more than this, but this is the kind of snacks they offer where if you take one off of its sensor, it'll charge you automatically. They only have Pringles, but in my opinion, it's one of the better Pringle flavors, so that's pretty nice. And we're missing one here. I think there was probably another Pringles or something right here. And so if you take these off, just remember they're going to charge you automatically without asking you or talking to you about it. So other than that, you got your ice bucket way over here.
There it is.
So they gave you a bag, and this room in particular is pretty close to the ice station, so that's nice at least. And besides that, you got a ton of space up here, so you're not going to be lost for putting up your snacks or knickknacks or whatever you bring with you, so lots of room for that. Down here we have a refrigerator, and it's actually a minibar refrigerator combination piece here. Now over here, you can see it within there. Those are also drinks that they're going to charge you for. But they actually give you an empty half fridge-ish. It's actually pretty good. These racks are very cold. And there's a little bit of air coming out of this fan right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. But this is actually cold, and we will be putting drinks in there. So that's actually pretty sweet.
The only thing is the way you open it's kind of
Yes. So
weird.
There's this little thing lip right here, which is nice. Or if you're trying to pull the door from up here, you're going to pinch your fingers between the lip of the countertop and where the door kind of swings. So there's actually a grip right here where you were expected to open it, but they it looks like they installed these little hooks to try to help with that, but it's still a little awkward. And over here, you have a bunch of drawers. It's just 4 drawers, very similar to the ones over by the bedside. It's got those soft closed drawers. And on this side of the television, we have 2 plugs, great for laptops again, a regular USB and a USB-C. So this room is definitely not lacking in the plug department. Greatly appreciate that. Awesome. So far very impressed. I think it's great. And that leads us over to this little seating area. Nothing too much to talk about. This seat's actually pretty comfy. Like I could work from this chair.
I will be. That is my future.
It's like a felt, but it's actually very cushiony, very comfortable. Really nice table. Very heavy. But it's pretty good. Like this is actually a really nice setup. And again, the TV tilts so you can really watch the television from over here. And I think it's just a really good setup. All right, and one of the reasons to book a room like this, if you're looking at the strip view rooms, it's obviously going to be what the view looks like. So I only kind of glanced at it. It looked pretty sweet. So yeah, massive window real estate in here. Yeah, so you got a couple rooftops close by, but honestly, further back, it's gorgeous. You're gonna have a fantastic view. Park MGM is one of my favorite hotels we've stayed at, so it's actually a pretty cool view there. But everyone knows the New York has a really vibrant nightlife, so I think the lights over there are gonna be really cool. All right, you saw me open the big blind. It's actually pretty heavy duty. I feel like that could actually keep some of the heat out. It's actually pretty nice. We also have these ones, which, you know, if it's a little too bright out there, overall, that's actually a pretty nice little addition. So we would probably keep both going just to try to push that heat out a little bit if we're not actively looking at the view. I like looking at Vegas at nighttime, so I'll probably have both of them up and open when the girls are out.
All right, so now that we gave you a room tour, we just want to talk through some of the more logistical type things and then our opinions about the room overall. So we are staying at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It is over a weekend, though it's not a holiday weekend. And we actually got a room deal through In Life Rewards, but you can expect to pay anywhere from $200 to $400 a night if you're not getting any sort of deal. And I'm not really that big of a gambler with them, and I got a free room other than the $50 resort fee per night. So just kind of keep that in mind and know that if you gamble just a little bit, you might still be able to get some decent offers.
Yeah, I wouldn't plan on it though if there's like a big event in town. I think
Yes.
the rooms are going to be even higher in cost if there's like an F1 race or something like that.
Yes.
So it can get like ridiculously pricey, but overall I think the room and the hotel are awesome. You know, it's a staple to the strip, the MGM Grand. So I really do like this place. I think it has a lot of history. And I just find like the aesthetic of it actually really interesting. So
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants and bars and nightlife within the hotel itself. Obviously, there's a casino. It's a pretty large casino. And it's really nice because you actually have some pathways to other casinos as well, like specifically the New York, which is across the street. There is an actual walkway, so you don't have to try to deal with crossing the street or waiting on traffic signals to change. And it's pretty central to a lot of different things. Like if you wanted to go to Target to get some groceries, it's not very far. It's like a 5-minute walk. Or there's like a food court. There's a food court within the hotel itself, but then there's a different food court out on the strip just really close by as well. So lots of different interconnecting things. And it actually has a stop on the Las Vegas monorail. So the monorail does cost money, but it's pretty cheap. And you can get like day passes or week passes. And it goes all the way up to the convention center and pretty much to downtown Las Vegas. So it's a good option, and you can access that right through the hotel itself.
yeah, and I think if it's like your first time in Vegas, it's really worth considering getting a monorail pass because you can hit up a bunch of different casinos and hotels real easily. It makes things super accessible on this side of the strip.
So overall, it's in a pretty good location.
And they're building the baseball stadium right across the street
Yes.
from here. So that's something to consider. And Vegas is always changing. So we're not really showing you guys like the restaurants within this hotel because even since the last time we were here, they've already changed like 6 different things. But overall, like it's all those connection points you mentioned it's all super safe. Like the monorail station in the MGM and stuff is all really, really easy to get to. And it's also really, really clean. So I think they just do an amazing job of keeping those kind of spaces really safe.
So let's talk about the room. We gave you guys a full tour and we've been in this room a little bit of time now, so we wanted to give you our thoughts. I guess the first thing we'll talk about the bathroom. Unfortunately, I was very excited about the shower head when we went in there. The water pressure is not great.
No.
It's probably some of the weakest water pressure we've had in a Las Vegas room. And we've stayed at MGM Grand before, and I don't think it was this bad. So I don't know if it's the location of our room or, what the case may be, but not great.
Yeah, I think last time we were on a lower floor, maybe that plays a part in it. I'd be a little surprised, but something worth mentioning, unfortunately. And the other thing about the shower is there's no shelves. I thought that was really, really weird. We didn't mention it in our walkthrough because
I just didn't process it, but they do give you shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, you know, in their containers, but there's nowhere to put your own toiletries. So we're kind of stuck just putting them on the little lip that joins where the door is and the floor. So you have to bend all the way over to get to the things that you put there.
Yeah, very strange.
Otherwise, the bed is really comfy. I know I was really hyped on it when we gave the room tour, and I did sleep really, really well. I will say the pillows are not my favorite.
Yeah.
So they kind of deterred a little bit from the bed itself.
Yeah, I thought the pillows would be a little bit better with my first impressions. So I was a little disappointed in that. But when I went to bed last night, I was really, really tired. So, it really, you probably don't care if you've been walking around all day and you're just ready to crash. They're suitable. I think they're okay. And with the comforter, I did get a little bit hot, but I just kept it at about, halfway down, and I ended up being totally fine, and it didn't really affect my sleep. So overall, the mattress itself, whatever they have on it, is really, really nice. So.
Yeah, and we were not able to hack the thermostat, so it is at 65 degrees, which is what we showed in the room tour. But it's been pretty cool in here. We've kept the shades closed most of the time to keep the heat out because it is very hot here right now. And yeah, it felt fine in the room to me.
Yeah, it's done really well. Now, granted, we've been right up next to where the AC is for the most part because our bed's right next to it. But I feel like the room is actually very comfortable. So I'm pretty impressed with that.
Overall, the room is pretty spacious. It's comfy. It's serving our purposes. We've already stayed here once before. We stayed in a 1 king room that did not have a strip view. And now we're staying in a 2 queen that does have a strip view. And I would honestly stay here again. I feel like it's well located. The rooms are nice. It's kept pretty clean. And yeah, I think it's a decent option.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing option, seriously. Just the location alone is a big deal. It's not very far from the T-Mobile Arena. You're very, very close to Allegiant Stadium. And obviously, you're going to be right across the street from the new baseball stadium. You can actually see it from the hallways coming up to our room where they're building it. So I honestly, I'd be hard-pressed to find a better location. Maybe the New York is a better location, but I think like the amenities here and the rooms here are a lot nicer. It's fantastic. So I really do genuinely like this hotel. I think M Life's worth building rewards with because their properties are so nice for the most part.
And they have so many.
They really do.
Lots of options. It doesn't, like your budget really could be anything. You could go from Bellagio with a fountain view to, New York. So yeah, they have so many options. M Life, I think, is a really great rewards program.
Yeah, and I think the casino is awesome. Like, I think there's a lot of space to move around. I didn't really smell smoke anywhere, and that can kind of bother us. And it felt super clean. I saw people walking around cleaning machines, and it seemed really, really nice. I really do like it. So
yeah. So what do you think? Have you stayed at the MGM? Do you have any questions that we might not have answered? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we hope this video helps you find the right direction for your next adventure.
Bye.